What's up, guys? So today I want to show you guys how to take out the trigger assembly on Galil ACE. This is Gen 2, particularly chambered in 545 by 39. I'm thinking 762 by 39 is going to be a very similar situation. However, 556 is most likely going to be different. By the way, gun, let's make sure the gun is safe. All right, so go, no ammo in the chamber. So in this video I want to show you guys how to disassemble and put it back on. So I'm going to be taking that out and showing it to you guys how to put it back on. So without any further ado, let's get started. So taking the Galil apart is very similar to taking the AK apart. Gonna get this pin. There you go. So this will come off. You don't have to remove your optic unless you want to. So now, recoil spring, removing the recoil spring. Full carrier group. I hope this is a better angle. To remove the trigger assembly, really, two things that are holding this whole trigger assembly in place are these two pins here. Here's one, here's the other one. But before you remove those, you are gonna have to remove this, let's see, this pin right here. See this right here? So you're gonna have to remove that because that's what's kind of keeping the tension on those pins. There you go. There you go. Here's that wire. So how it works is that from the outside, it sits like this. So this portion, it sits on top of this pin. Meanwhile, this side goes underneath this pin. So when you put in a bag, that's how you're gonna be doing. So you're gonna go under first, and then while you're pushing it, you're gonna make it sit on top of this pin when you're reinstalling it back. And when you do that, you wanna make sure it sits closer to the outer side of the gun. It sit touching to the wall. Same goes when it goes underneath this pin. So anyway, so we remove that. Now we should be able to punch these pins out. And when you do that, you want to keep some pressure because it's gonna hit. If you just let it go, it's gonna jump out on you. So there you go, like I said, and boom, you should be able to just get it out of here from magazine well. And you do the same thing on this one. And when you're pulling it, like I said, keep some tension, pressure on the trigger, because otherwise the springs and everything else will be flying all over the place. And here's the trigger and everything else. And how it normally goes is that this is the spring that sits here. Well, it actually should go like this inside the disconnector, and this spring will sit in that little hole right there as such. And when you're installing, you're gonna have to keep a pressure on the disconnector so you can line up these holes here opening so you can put the pin back in. And for Galil's, it turns out that you actually want to use this spring as well that comes with the ALG trigger package, this spring here, and it will be going like this. and it will go like this. So this portion, this hook, is gonna go here, and you will line up this side too. It's a little tedious work, but it's completely doable with the help of some handy tools. I'm not a gunsmith, and I was able to do it, so anyone with a little bit of knowledge with, you know, how to use tools and stuff, this should be a breeze. So that's the trigger part, right? And this is the hammer. I'm actually recycling the same wire, the spring that came with the gun itself, because I don't know if ALG package should have come with its own spring, or, you know, if I'm meant to actually recycle it. I guess I'm getting ready to install it back. So what I did have to do was to bend this piece right here, where the coils meet, a little bit. I don't know, about like 5, maybe close to 10 degrees, just to give it a little bit of resistance. And to do that, I used 2 pliers essentially. So here's how I did. I just held it like this from one side, and then with the other one, just kind of twist it like that, and it should be close enough. Let's give it a try. With AKs, as you guys already know, nothing really, you know, works right from the get-go. You always have to file, you know, and make some modifications. I'm just going to use this diagram to show you where I filed. So I filed this portion right here, just a little bit, and I also filed right over here at that edge, because this is where it was getting caught up here in the disconnector. So that's why I filed this portion a little bit here, and also just a smidge over here in a disconnector hook right here. And then after doing that, the reset portion, when I was function checking, is working just fine. And in order to add a little bit of weight to the trigger pull, I also bent the spring, the main spring, clockwise. So you kind of want to bend it downwards like this a little bit if you think that you actually have a very light trigger, and that also add a little bit of weight to the trigger. At any rate, so here's the hammer. Gonna be putting it through like this, and it's supposed to sit like this. But the little tricky part is gonna be this thing, the trigger itself, and then this connector. So we are going to be using, so if your trigger didn't come with this oil from ALG, just use some little bit yourself from whatever you have to put some grease in here, because otherwise this is going to be super dry. That's what I did. I just dropped a couple of drops in there, and then we're going to be putting it like this and slowly drop it here. Alright. Now I'm gonna try to bend this spring too, just a little bit, create a little more resistance. So as I said, this portion, this hook right here, is gonna go right up against that wall of the trigger. I think that's perfect right there. Now we're gonna be putting through this pin. Here we go. I hope I was able to catch this process, because it's, like I said, it's a little tedious and it's uncomfortable to. So you want to make sure your trigger moves, right? So the next thing is gonna be putting the hammer. So we're gonna bring it through here, through the mag well. You're gonna have a little bit of resistance, so you're gonna want to press it down a little bit, and there you go. So You want to try to press it and there's that. So let me bring it up close. I hope camera is catching every angle of it so you guys can see how it looks inside. We're going to be putting this back. So as I mentioned earlier, it's going to sit like this and beneath this one. So under, over, right? So we're going to put this portion first. Going to bring it in like this. There you go. And like I said, you want to press it, make sure it's sitting all the way to the side. Let's function check it before we start putting everything else. So now it's in safety, right? When it's in safety, it shouldn't release the hammer. Put it on fire. Seems to be working just fine. So now let's put the components back in. So the gas tube. So you want to line up this edge right here to the bottom. Because with Gen 2, having that long rail, the handguard, it kind of makes it hard to see. There you go. So it's supposed to sit flush here and down. Your piston bolt all the way forward. All right. This recoil spring, for whatever reason on Galil, it's really difficult to put it back. And when you're taking it out, it's not that hard. So what I normally do is I fold it side, the stock, and then try to press it at the same time. The recoil spring, there you go. Now let's try. So we are on fire. And there's that. I hope this was somewhat helpful. Put everything back in here. Everything is looking to be, functioning as they should. So the only way will be to find out will be actually taking it out to the range and then give it a try then. But at the moment, everything's good to go. And thanks for watching. As always, if you like it, please give a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or tips, please leave them in the comment section down below. Hope to catch you guys in future videos. Thanks so much. Bye.